guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I just wanted to talk really briefly about Battlefield 4. And I'm going to briefly speak about Call of Duty Ghosts as well. I just beat both games. Call of Duty Ghosts had a pretty good single-player campaign. As I said in my last video, I find Battlefield 4 Online to be much better in terms of fun and, just its vastness compared to Call of Duty Ghosts. But the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign was pretty good. It was about these two brothers and this dad, and they're in this military team, and I don't want to say too much and spoil it in case you decide to play it, but it was decent. I then went and turned around and found out that in Battlefield 4, if you play and beat levels of their campaign, you unlock items in the multiplayer, which I really like. Even though it does have some bugs, it has crashed on me a little bit, a few times. And what else? Yeah, so I started the game. Got to level 4 of 7 or 3 of 7. It's not a very long game, but there are some cutscenes and some difficult parts. I love this game in terms of playing online, but I also hate it at the same time. There's this song by Henry Rollins, and I think the lyrics are, I love you and hate you both at the same time. And I think it's I heal you and hurt you and laugh as you cry. That part doesn't apply. But I do love it and hate it at the same time. I really have never played a Battlefield game previous to this one. I think I might have played one of them, actually. I think it was 2. I don't remember. It was on the 360. I don't remember which one it was. I found it to be very difficult, kind of clunky. This one I find to be much more precise in the way you handle and everything like that, and I like it. Besides the crashing every so often. So I got to level 3 or 4. I go back to it. My saves are gone. It's saying I'm only up to level 2. So I said, you know what? I'm reading online. There's all these issues with the saves. People on every platform: PC, PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, everything. They're having an issue where if you get to a certain point of the game, the save corrupts. It doesn't save. You'll still get the achievements, but it won't save, or the trophies if you're playing on a Sony console. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Instead of shutting down or getting out of the game, I'm gonna just resume every time. Just go back in and, not shut the console off. But since it's an instant standby mode, you can go right back in and just continue where you left off without restarting the game and all that. So I go back in, continue the game. I think I played 2 or 3 levels yesterday, the other 2 or 3 today. Beat it. Pretty cool game. I liked some of the story. There was a couple times where there was glitches in the game where I couldn't get past a certain point unless I restarted that chapter or restarted that checkpoint because a set piece didn't happen, a guy didn't die. So your NPC was supposed to die to continue the mission, and he doesn't die, he's just sitting there. And you're like, okay, or whatever. So that happened, I think, once. So that was kind of frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. I beat the game. There's 3 different endings. They're very minute in difference. Well, they're a big deal because they pertain to 2 characters or both at the same time, without giving anything away in case you decide to play it, even though I'm telling you how buggy it is. I beat the game. I'm supposed to unlock a couple guns, I think a couple knives from different chapters that I had beaten already. I go into the multiplayer after getting all these achievements for beating the game and doing certain things. None of the unlocks are there. I go on battlelog.battlefield's website. It's saying I'm still on chapter 2. I go back into the game to see if I can just restart the last chapter. It's got me back on chapter 2 again. So even though the achievements obviously know that I've beaten the game, and the game knows, it didn't record because the save was corrupt. So I'm assuming what I had to do was go back at the very first time it gave me a problem, delete the save completely, and restart. Why I should have to do that? Why this game wasn't tested? People made all these jokes saying, oh, it's a beta, you're paying for a beta, and then they're giving all this DLC that you have to pay more for, and the game doesn't even work. They're kind of right. It's a great game. When it has a flow, you're playing with friends, you're doing really well online, you're in a tank shooting people or sniping people or whatever it is you do in your games, it's great. There's nothing like it that I've ever played in terms of the vastness of this military shooter. But when it fucks up big time. So kind of disappointed. Would I still recommend the game? Yeah, if you're just going to play online. I haven't had any glitches online in terms of items being removed or things like that. Just single player. So, if anything changes, I'll chime back in. If for some reason it took like an hour to register or something and I go back and they're there, but I doubt it. I have a feeling that's it. I'm not going back and playing the single player campaign again just to get a shank, a machete, and a gun or two that I wanted. I thought it was cool that you had a shank or a machete instead of a regular, but what is it, bayonet, baton, knife thing, whatever. But just frustrating. So, why they release games like this is beyond me. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.